Hey everybody, welcome to Elemental Metal Shop. I'm Nick, and this is my kitchen. And what we got going on here today is we have a house that was built in 1901, and the floors are very squeaky. I purchased this kit from Paragree online. Don't have, yes I do. Paragree Direct. And what it is it's basically the 400 milliliter one-to-one epoxy hardwood repair kit. You may see this as Atlas or Maven. There are other brands. This one seemed to come out as the cream on top, so I went with it. I have already blasted through tubes of this, and I had to figure out how to make it work. This is the 30-minute work time, and then it's a 2-hour set. 2 hours basically done. Obviously you're going to want to give it a little bit more time than that, and 30-minute work time I'd say is probably on the low end. It's pretty liquid when it comes out. But the reason I'm doing this video is I couldn't find one anywhere out there. So I've got everything pretty well laid out here. Got my reading glasses because I'm old. Tape, because that is what marks all the spots where I have squeaks. And a 3/32 drill bit, which actually comes with some of these, not all of them. The spares, it does not have it, but when you actually purchase just this kit, you'll get this. And then I purchased some spares. And it's just the needle, the mixing tube, and the cap that attaches the needle to the end of the mixing tube. So I mentioned the tape, and then I like a headlamp. That way I can actually see the tiny little holes that I've drilled, and some knee pads. And the epoxy gun. I've already fitted it with the plastic clips that fit for this particular one-to-one setup. It did come with smaller and different, I guess these are just the little ends that go on the push rods for different size stuff. Hi baby. But when I read the directions, it was very vague. It didn't work out for me. I looked all over the internet and couldn't find anything, so here I am doing a video on it. So the way I've got this set up, since I've already done this once, is this has a little 2-prong block inside of it. You have to pull this little C Pac-Man looking safety clip off of it, and then this pulls out after you unscrew this. And what I've done is, because I'm going to reuse this tube and I don't want to mix and harden it by putting this in backwards, I have top, meaning this is the top, so I know which way it's facing, because obviously that doesn't, darker lighter, it's really hard to see, especially without any light. And I'll just pull this out and I'll set it there and put it off to the side, and then everything else kind of screws on and is pretty explanatory. So you've got your caulking gun here as a release, pretty standard. These are not identical, the ends of the plungers, but for what we're doing here with this one-to-one, I'm feeling pretty good about it. So it worked fine earlier. I will make a note that just because you go around and you apply little bits of tape everywhere and you find all the squeaks, doesn't mean that when you're done and it's set up the next day, you're going to come back around and find that every neighboring piece of plank is now squeaking. So I've probably already filled 100 holes in 3 rooms, and I could very easily blast through 3 of these within the entire house. So 1200 milliliters. But hey, let's just go ahead and do this so I can show you guys how it works. You might want to wear gloves, you might want to wear things. I don't know, I'm gonna be pretty safe. Basically, you unscrew this top, pull this sucker out of here. It's just kind of wedged in there a little bit. Here, let's do this. This will actually help pull it out if you run into that problem. Put that in there, back it out. Look at that. You'll push it, but then you can't actually take it off the cap until you get that off of there. So now we're going to set it down, top, left and right. Boom. Set this off to the side so I can go around, fill some holes, and then put that back in, and we won't get any hardening. You see it's got a divider there. It's a little crusty, might have sat in the sun. This guy goes on here and it wedges on very, very firmly. I did not find there to be any rhyme or reason to how it went on. It sort of finds its own home. Get it here and it'll start, see I've got an angle, it'll start trying to wedge itself down. Just keep going and it'll straighten itself out. There you go, nice and straight enough anyway, and then make sure that's really on there good. Now this guy, press firmly, give her some twist. I don't actually know if there's threads on it, but it does go down as I'm twisting it and pushing. And I just go as far enough as I need to. Feels nice and tight. Same thing here. That does have a bit of a, like a quarter twist. You're ready to go. So let's load this thing up here. If you look, it'll slide right under that. It fits right in there. And then what these are designed to do is hold it in place. Because as you go, you're going to, you can't just have pressure going because it'll just keep pouring out of the end of the needle. Let's just set that over there. Let's take you down here. Give you an example. Got a good spot here. These floors are eventually going to get refinished, covered. Something's going to happen with them. You can see some of the holes that I've already done and some that I missed. So we'll get in there and get that one. But these, I just drilled right through the tape, and it seemed to work out best for finding it. But now if we look here, get this loaded up. Okay, look at that. It's already coming out. Now what they say is take the first couple inches and just waste it. But in all honesty, I've got some pretty good gaps under here, especially this one. It's got an air pocket under it. That's why I have 3 holes. See, it's already starting to drip out. So we'll just go ahead and pop that in there. I've drilled down probably into the subfloor of this old house. So what I do is just feel the pressure until it releases. And sometimes it's all the way down. There we go. Now I can actually squeeze on that guy. See? Now it's filling up that pocket in there, and when it starts to get really tight, that's when I'm going to, see if you can see where we're at here. Can't really see my hand. I guess you can see my hand a little bit. There we go. Okay. So when we get to a point where it's pretty tight, I'm just going to release pressure, which is obviously very hard, and then move it over there quickly because it does start to drip out. Pop it down on the next hole. Boom. You're off to the races again. And then again, you just gotta kind of feel it out. There we go. And that's it. Keep on going all around your house. I've got all these pieces of tape everywhere. Pretty cool deal. I think the whole kit cost me about $200. Hope that helps.